Border czar Tom Homan was in Minneapolis today, where he promised federal agents will conduct operations that are, quote, safer and more efficient. It all comes following the shooting deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Meantime, Senate Democrats struck a deal today to avoid another government shutdown. A sticking point for this deal, the bitter fight over funding for DHS and ICE operations. NBC4's Conan Nolan in the newsroom right now with the latest for us. Conan?
That's right, Colleen. It looks like we have dodged a government shutdown, but even if the Senate approves the deal, the House is not in session. They'll have to approve whatever comes out of the Senate. So they won't be back until early next week. So we may have a small government shutdown over the weekend. Now, the Democrats have not dropped their insistence that ICE agents change tactics, particularly with the administration now on the defensive. On the black carpet tonight at the premiere of Melania, the Amazon-funded documentary of First Lady Melania Trump, where the president, when asked, attempted to turn attention away from the immigration enforcement crisis in Minnesota to claims, with little evidence, of fraud amidst that state's social service system.
We have to find out all of the fraud that's taken place in Minnesota.
The president voicing confidence in the man now in charge of ICE in Minnesota, whose tone and words today appeared much different than the combative approach taken earlier in the week.
I didn't come to Minnesota for photo ops or headlines. You haven't seen me. I came here to seek solutions.
President Trump's border czar Tom Homan saying federal officers who shot and killed protester and nurse Alex Preddy will be held accountable, and that he hopes to pull much of the 3,000 ICE agents out of Minnesota soon if protesters keep things peaceful and that state officials help the feds locate undocumented immigrants with criminal records.
The drawdown can happen even more if the hateful rhetoric and the impediment and interference will stop.
Elected officials who oppose the Trump administration's aggressive immigration tactics say they see no reduction in federal agents so far.
Are we hopeful that there will be a drawdown in the force that we're presently seeing in this invasion in Minneapolis? Absolutely. I'm hopeful. Do I expect the conduct to immediately change? That is my expectation. That is what we are insisting upon. But again, I'll believe it when I see it.
Meanwhile, facing a deadline tomorrow, the U.S. Senate is expected to approve a federal spending bill tonight that would keep the government open, but only with concessions to Democrats who are demanding changes to how ICE operates.
ICE is reckless, out of control, corrupt, and cruel in their practices.
Under the agreement announced by President Trump in a social media post, the government would be funded until September, but the Department of Homeland Security would only be funded for the next 2 weeks, during which there are planned negotiations over ICE operations. So before they receive more government funding, Senate Democrats are demanding ICE agents show their faces and badge numbers and end the rolling enforcement operations. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.